Hey, welcome to Focal Online TV on a very beautiful Monday evening. My name is Lyndon Kiba, your lone presenter on the program Focal Point. Today happens to be a very, very, very fascinating and interesting conversation because uh, we have one of our own who understands political analysis very much. He happens to be the resident host of the Focal Online TV and a very excellent presenter on the program, Mohammed Vani Khan, will serve as a guest on today's presentation with me. So there are a couple of issues that we'll be looking at. One of those issues that we will be looking at has to do with district team. We will also play a political spin on district team politics. You know, district 13 is among the many districts in the Republic of Liberia that is seeking, that is also participating in the elections. So we will also place a spotlight on that issue. Then we will also be looking at the ongoing Unity Party, ongoing Unity Party tour of the 17th electoral district. Then we will also be looking at the equator of the 1 million drugs suspect. Then we will also be, lastly, we'll be accessing the citizen chances to retain state power. So to all our viewers, those of you who are watching us, keep sharing the videos, share the video as much as possible to many of our many people so that we can have a very beautiful conversation together. So continue to share the video. My name is K. Lyndon Chopa. This is the official platform of the Legal Communications Incorporated. Today happens to be the program Focal Point that comes live every evening from 5 o'clock to 6:30. So we are very sorry. I must admit. Um, Actually, the person who should be seated in our studio so that we can be able to discuss other issues has just has just informed us that due to his busy schedule, he was not be able to commit himself to what we have agreed upon. But we are here, howbeit we are here, we will still keep the platform going. So my colleague Mohammed Vani Kane, and he had just walked in our studio, so there are a couple of issues that we'll also be looking at. So the man by the name of Mohammed Vani Kane here now. So we'll place him on our camera. We place him on our camera. We will place him on our camera. We will place him on our camera. So, welcome to this one edition for our point.
Thank you, Brother Lyndon. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure sharing sharing the seat with you. And imagine at one point in time, I normally serve as one of the hosts on one of the programs on our platform. But however the case is, as you regularly say, guests let us down. These are normal things in the media to us. And it was good that reaching out to me that morning, please come on the platform. Let's have some conversations around growth and development of our country. So it's a pleasure. I'm here. And
So
today,
how was your weekend? Tell us,
um,
because you are a fanatic of sport. I guess you were actually embedded your English solidarity with Man City. So tell
um,
us about it.
uh, the weekend was very good. Owing to the fact that Man City won for first UEFA Champions League, and for the first time over 30, 45 years for Man City to win the UEFA Champions League. So it was something very good. And on another side of it, also since Joseph Pep Guardiola left FC Barcelona and went to Bayern Munich, he did not win the UEFA Champions League when he was at Bayern Munich. So he left Bayern Munich and then he went to Manchester. And at least he has been able to win a lot of trophies. And one of the biggest trophies that he was fortunate of to get in his profile was the UEFA Champions League because over 5, 7 years he hasn't won the UEFA Champions League since he won the UEFA Champions League with FC Barcelona. But just to tell you and then to tell the followers that I'm a fan, I'm a fanatic of FC Barcelona, the best team in the world. Yeah.
So you were actually not for Man City.
No, I was faming for Pep Guardiola. I needed him to win
Oh,
this.
considering the fact that he once served as a coach for
Yeah,
FC
yeah.
Barcelona.
That is my favorite coach around Pep Guardiola.
So how does Man City's fences established and they have never been able to reach that milestone? What's their interpretations of such a milestone that they have actually obtained?
You could see you could see the you could see the level of enthusiasm on the faces of Manchester City players. It was like a new day for Manchester City because imagine over decades, Manuel Pellegrini, their former coach, Manuel Pellegrini came before the Man City, and then there were a lot of coaches that came to coach them and manage the team, but they couldn't win the UEFA Champions League. So it was very an exciting moment to have seen Manchester City winning the Champions League, to have seen Manchester City winning the Premier League, winning the FA Cup in front of Manchester United. It was actually an exciting move. You could see the jubilation on the faces of Manchester United or Manchester City players. You could see Rodrigo who scored the one goal. The only one goal in the tournament. You could see the happiness, the joy. He was fighting on the field with his fiancée. I don't know whether that woman is his wife or it is not his wife, but that's not percent that is his fiancée. He was on the pitch with his fiancée, and there were other players who were on the pitch along with their family. They were seeing, they were all happy in a very jubilant and joyous mood.
All right, thank you for such a beautiful testimony relative to sports. Uh, uh, you know, this is the year 2023. This is the year 2023.
So yeah,
So this is the year 2023, and lots of things are happening. I mean, political things are happening, and District 18, where we all live, I'm a resident of District 18. You are also a resident of District 18. How do you view how do you view the political momentums ahead of the poll in October? District 18.
um, the politics in District 13 is something very, very, very good that you have to watch out for because there are a lot of faces that are surfacing in the district, and District number 13 is up for grabs, and there are a lot of people who are competing for the position. So if you look at the district, the way in which the people vote within District Number 13 because I was here the past election. I was here, and then we saw the way in which the people vote, the way in which the people vote. It was this debate, it was this campaign strategy about this is about time the people of Lower New Georgia ascend to the position of representative within our district because over over 5, 7, 8, 9 years, the people from the lower belt because there is a two politics. The people in this room play two different politics. The lower belt, that is that is anybody who comes from the lower belt, that is the campaign they're going to be pushing that it is about time that representative come from the lower belt. And the lower belt starts from the chocolate city. It comes to Belima, Ara, and Simeko. A portion of Simeko is also part of district number 13. So the people in the lower belt, they always push the politics that it is about time that the people down the line, specifically the people in the lower circle of the township of New Georgia, it is about time that they ascend to the position. It is about time that we have a booster. Yes, we need a representative. So
So do you see that kind of, because you are referencing what transpired in the past? So do you see that kind of coordination in terms of what that idea is still being resonating with the electors? Do you see that kind of politics?
um, I can say yes, I see that level of politics. Yes, I see that as I see that it is still happening. That is still happening as we speak currently. Because mind you now, the politics the people in the lower belt are preaching now is that we will not allow the representative position to leave from the lower belt, from the lower New Georgia intentional to go to the upper belt or to go to upper New Georgia. So since we don't want it to leave from our hand, it's just like an egg that when it falls from your hand, it gets damaged. So you have to hold it very good. You have to take care of it. You have to do everything possible to maintain that egg that is in your hand. So these people from the people from Lower New Georgia, they don't want they do not want to lose the representative seat as it goes to the poll on October 10th. So at the end of the day, you will have a lot of people coming who they feel that they can unseat lawmaker. They are coming with different politics. But I'm not a spokesperson for them. I'm providing my own independent
Yeah, I
analysis
do understand.
I'm just providing my own independent analysis as it relates to the trending issues with our district. So you will have a lot of people. Yes, so much people right now. You have Olieta Peida Cooper. You have Ibrahim Salif. Ibrahim Salif, who is from the Bilima Belt. You have Oscar Miller. You have Honorable Andy Boblet Jalal.
Yeah.
I don't know what Honorable Andy Boblet Jalal is just the process. There are a lot of names that are coming up as it goes to the pool on October 10th. So we hope and pray the electorates of this Technic can make a better decision because now you know the decision they're going to make on October 10th will carry them for the next 6 years.
Yeah.
If they feel
Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah. Just
so, if the electorates of this 13 feels the decision they're going to take on October 10th is okay for them by retaining the lawmaker,
but
they will
on the
not
flip
be the
side of the coin, considering the fact that this has always been the politics, this has always been the argument meant for by many people who dwell in the lower belt, as you said. And in 2018,
yeah,
the by elections that was created by the Senator of St. Joseph to the position as Senator of North Colorado County,
yeah.
that was the politics that was being pushed. But considering the fact that Edward Fono, who happens to be a resident and a prominent stakeholder or a prominent resident of the district, has already been given the opportunity. Do you still see the kind of argument or the kind of solidarity in terms of people still buy into those kind of politics? Do you see it?
Uh, uh, I can say yes at certain point, and then at certain point, I will also provide another side of the argument. Now, there are people who still believe in Mr. Flomo. There are people who no longer believe his political ideology, his style of leadership, people no longer believe in that. Now, those who believe in his style of politics or his ideology or his working in the district are those who are some part of the district who have said that who have said this kinds of numbers that Mr. Flomo is the best person to lead the district. He is building Panama huts. He is he has carried electricity to
A
all
better
of the villages.
connection.
He
Just
has been able to connect community to community. So there are people who believe in him because he is doing that. But if you speak to another group of people, they will tell you that Mr. Frumo has failed us massively. Now, if you ask them how Mr. Frumo has failed the district and how has he failed the people of the district, they will tell you Flomo has not been able to prevail at the national legislature. He has not been able to see how best funds can be allotted to construct a modern hospital within our district or even a public school. Even if it is not a public school, but an elementary institution within our district. So there's a two it is a two-way street that you will have people who believe in him because of working within the district, and there are people who do not believe in him only because his presence has not been felt at the national legislature. Because if you read the school card that came from the national legislature, he did not do well. So he critics and say, Mr. Flomo, you have to do this. Mr. Flomo, this is how we expect you. We expect you to go in this direction, or you are not going in this direction. So at the end of the day, we will have no reason, we will have no options but to rather put you out. But everything boils down to the people within the district, the electors going to make the rightful decision. That is the decision they can make. That they think it is in their best interest.
so that is the decision they can make because the power of authorities lies well within their hands. That was a very brilliant articulation about my co-host and also the resident host of the Focus of Inside the District Tech Team, the program. He is the prime host of the program Inside the District Tech Team. He seems to have a better articulations with many of the trends of district tech team politics. But better still, there's one last question before we flip onto another issue. What does it mean, considering the fact that when when Frobo was contesting to become representative of the district, we never had a rise in the number of candidates from this portion of the district.
Mhm.
But as we speak now, we have the likes of Solomon Chipo, we have the likes of some of those people you referenced, who are prominent people, who people believe in at this, I know at this section of the district. What's your interpretation? Do you still see that? Do you still see Representative Edward Flomo as a formidable force and maybe all of those lingering factors?
The first thing you're talking about, whether whether we have numbers of people coming from
Yeah,
lower New Georgia to contest as compared to the previous by-election that was here.
definitely.
Okay. So the previous by-election that was here, you have more than 5%. You have more than 5 contestants coming from lower New Georgia. And the people in the district felt Mr. Plumo is the best person that can lead the district, that can better represent them within the remaining 5 years that the current Senator Sahari Josa left back. So it was because of that backdrop. There were all formidable candidates. But it is up to the electors. The decision is upon the electors to make the final analysis is upon the electors to make the decision to say this is the man who we believe in, this is the man who we want him to lead. Now, to the next question that you talked about, whether Mr. Flumo is still favorable by the people in the district. Um, if you look at it the other way around, there are people who are angry. He has not been able to settle the mixed feelings of people. He has not been able to reconcile the district. If you look at district number 13, owing to the fact that his special assistant resigned after 2 years. If you speak with Mr. Frumo today, he will tell you that he dismissed his special assistant, but A letter cannot be proven.
So,
If you
so, so,
speak,
so on that particular point, what do you think as somebody who is so much, who is so much playing an observatory role in terms of being able to follow the trends, the day-to-day politics, and what do you think? What could be the move that trigger the resignations or the resignations of the person you just made mention of?
I have I have had a lot of conversations with the brother who, quote unquote, resigned or he was fired from the office of Mr. Flumo. And I have been privileged one way or the other to have a conversation, with the current lawmaker, Mr. Edo Babifu, to ask him chief indirectly, because some of my friends who are in a close proximity to him, indirectly, we got to understand that yes, he said he fired the man because of the senatorial by election. I mean, because of the meeting senatorial election that brought Mr. Dawit Delon to power today between the current representative Thomas P. Fan. So he understood that his special assistant was supporting his special assistant was supporting Darius Delon for re-election in Mossorado County. So he felt that was an affront to him, according to the guards. He felt that that was an affront to him. So he needed to have given the man a backstage saying that, brother, thank you so much for the service you have rendered to me and to the people of the district. At this time, I have seen it very much necessary and prudent enough for you to take your EX to the RT. And then, if you ask, or there is no letter to that effect, there is nothing like a written document to convince you and I to say, oh yes, it is true, yes, the man resigned. It is true, yes, the brother was fired. So that's how it is. So Mr.
So,
Froman now will just have to do some recalibration and make some changes if he wants to be re-elected. I'm not speaking for the minds of the people. This is my own independent thoughts on providing on this media platform. If Mr. Froman wants to be re-elected, there is a need for serious recalibration or overhauling. He have to overhaul his office. He have to do some overhauling within his district. He have to work overtime. He have to do a lot of things. He have to reconcile the district. He have to reconcile his own backyard where he live, the Badger Father. I'm a resident of the Badger Father, as you are aware of that. So the lawmaker will have to reconcile his own backyard where he live. He will also have to reconcile the district at large.
definitely, the lawmaker will have to, if he will have to see his position, he needs a whole lot of work to be done. That was a very beautiful articulations from my colleague Mohammed Vani Khanin. So, Mohammed, you are a journalist. You play your independent role very wisely uh, in terms of being observatory to the many political trends of District 13 and as far as the national scene. So there are a couple of things that are happening. Uh, you and I know the Unity Party, a few months back, a few weeks ago, the Unity Party unveiled Senator Jeremiah Kuhn as a running mate. Then they have been doing some tremendous activities. We all are aware. What do you what do you basically make of the ongoing district tour? And what do you really make of the ongoing Unity Party district tour in 17 electoral districts of Matsurado County? Even though the process is still ongoing, but the number of people you see in attendance, what message does it send to you?
But I think the both of all needs to have a conversation around this. That because what I'm observing is that you are pulling all of the you are coming out like a guest and then you are the host. But I don't think it should be this way that pull out the discussion and then pull out the topic. We have a conversation about it. I
Okay,
think that's how it should be.
let's do it that way. Uh, over the weekend, Unity Party seems to be making some efforts in terms of attracting many people to his political memories across the 17 electoral districts. And it appears to me like the message of the message of the message about rescuing Liberians from the hands of the current government seems to be resonating based upon the number of people you have showing up. But one could easily say also that one could easily say that don't be moved by the number of people that go beyond those people. So that's my own view. I think that the message about this rescue to rescue Liberia is resonating. Let me hear from my co-host Mohammed Fanikane. What does he and what does he perceive? How does he analyze the number of people in attendance? That's why the Unity Party is still ongoing. They are still involved with the district tour, where you can see His Excellency Joseph Wakat and his running mate Michael. Monday, back to you.
Yeah, to name a thought on that, we are in electionary period, so we expect politicians, those who want to become the next breed of leaders in our country, to go out there to start convincing the minds of people. So I don't really see that this is something very strange. To see some of our president, Ambassador Hussein Makwaka going out there and his team. But there are just few things that beat my imagination, and I have concern of.
What's it?
A few months ago, or months ago, year or years ago, we used to see um Mr. Yue, Mr. Senator Abraham Darius DeLong, Caliber, and the rest of the other guys. Not specifically about the ANC folks. They used to be together. But what I understood or what I've seen from all indications is that there is a fire that has been let that was letting this month or years ago that has got a split between Mr. Yue and that of former Vice President Ambassador Joseph Nwabaka. Because former Vice President, Mr. Yue used to be very close. I can say almost every conversation or almost every event or occasion Ambassador Joseph Nwabaka attend, you will see you will see Mr. Yue close to him. You're going to see Mr. Yue there. You
Yeah,
will see.
I too share similar opinion, and that is a very key concern that needs to be taken by the Unity Party folks
So it
because
seems to be like confusion is between Mr. Yue and that of Mr. Walker. These people will not come to the public and say we have issues or we have internal issues. But the only the fight as a media person and not even being a media person, but as a citizen of this country, where you used to see two people, they used to be very
yeah,
close.
the level of support in many of their
Exactly so.
occasions, you don't
You saw
necessarily see it.
you saw the issue when the issue of their framework document arose where they said Mr. Cummings did a fingering of the framework document. You
Yeah,
saw you were in that of Joe Parker. You were took Cummings to court, and you saw Joe Parker going to court to testify.
yeah, that's the
So
fact.
you could see the level of cordiality, the level of togetherness.
The
You
level
see the level of unity between the both statesmen. But at the moment, since former Vice President Joe Nima Boyka announced to the public that Jeremiah Kun is the vice running mate to him, he brought a bitter spirit. He brought a split between me and Mr. Yue and other guys within the opposition. Most especially the ARP, the the LP, and then other people within the United Party. There will be other people, or there are other people within the Liberty Party or within the United Party that have issues, while Jeremiah must be functioning. They might not come out at this time, but there will be a lot of surprises you can see because right after the first round, this is something very clear that the election going to go on the second round because you're having the proliferation of political parties. There
Definitely.
are many in this country. So it's possible that we might reach to 50 political parties, or maybe we might reach to 45 or 40 political parties in this country. So all these political parties will get their numbers. Even at 0.5%, you have a number placed behind it.
Yes.
Even if it can be 7% or 10%, we will still end up to a runoff.
So, yeah, that's a very brilliant, thought. So the Unity Party, I think the Unity Party, what I take from all indication, I think the Unity Party needs to develop in terms of being able to reconcile every other dispute within, every other internal dispute within their base. Because a few months back, we used to see the likes of Henry Costa, who normally sat on his platform, who normally sat on his platform and say, and used to be, I know, uh, canvassing,
Mm. What?
canvassing for Joseph Waka very strongly.
Yeah.
A few days ago, since Jeremiah Kuhn was pronounced the running mate to to
Put myself in
Excellency
a
Joseph
Jumina
Yama
program.
Bwaka. We don't see the kind of exuberance. We don't see the kind of display of support for the candidacy. One thing we need to understand also, Mane, Costa once told us that the issues about Joseph Baka, the issues about Joseph Baka picking up his running mate does not, and he was not going to interfere.
Mhm.
He was never going to interfere. Well, what do you think could be actually the reason for which was that decided to go silent? Because he even posted on his official Facebook page that
For me, what I see is Costa is playing a smart game. Yeah, he's playing a smart game. You know,
smart game to do what?
yeah, he has been in the media, and then people know him to be a very powerful voice. One ability Costa have that you cannot easily take away from him is he has the ability of controlling the microphone. Costa sits on the microphone and send messages or message out, and you see people come. Costa fought. Costa fought for the Unity Party. We saw that.
Another side of the argument could be that the way things are moving, if things is not amicably resolved in the nearer future, if Unity Party does not do anything to win or to attract Costa back, that there's a likelihood that Costa could go back with them, and there could be a serious blush to the Unity Party. What's your own interpretation?
You know, there's one thing in our country that people do. At times, some of us will frown on it. Castigating people in all manner, in all sort of form. You said, you said yesterday when in bed with the regime, those from the opposition circle, the Unity Party, the ANC. Let me just place it in the opposition box. They say, oh, the president is doing business, or the president is in now is doing business with the warlord. Indirectly, so I say indirectly, or okay, I can just say Unity Party is doing business with a warlord son
Yeah,
because Jeremiah from one way or the other,
yeah,
Jeremiah from
we all everybody understands
yeah,
how politically Jeremiah Trey Johnson has been able to cultivate
yeah,
Jeremiah.
yeah. So that is what I'm trying to say now is that Jeremiah from one way or the other is like a son to Prince Rod Johnson. So you cannot just rule that out between Jeremiah Kuhn and that of Prince Rod Johnson. You cannot rule that out between the two of them. So yesterday, people insulted, people took to the media and said, "Oh, the government is doing business, the government is in line, the government is in there with the warlord." But today, Jeremiah Kuhn is in alignment with the Unity Party. See nothing wrong about that. And to my friends in the CDC also, they saw that like yesterday, when the government when Prince Rod Johnson was in their land, they said Prince Rod Johnson was the best person. Prince Rod Johnson was good. Prince Rod Johnson was okay. But today, when Prince Rod Johnson has fought a fight with them, Senator Johnson now disagree with them. Senator Johnson no longer believe in President William. Ideology. So some some of the guys on the CDC now, they take it to be like our friends feel that Prince Rod Johnson is entitled to them, or maybe Prince Rod Johnson and the MDR they are entitled to the ruling establishment. It was an agreement you people went through. Maybe the may feel that the agreement you went through is not okay. He no longer have interest in that agreement. It's just like a boyfriend and girlfriend case. If the girl if the girl does not feel the comfort of a boyfriend any longer, she have a right to leave. It is upon her to leave. It is upon the boyfriend now to resolve whatsoever problem her to resolve. Anybody from their political institution.
Fuck out TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Fuck TV. With check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Fuck TV. Bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Fuck TV. The best online platform in broadcasting. Fuck TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep fuck hard.
It's so easy.
Connecting, yeah.
Hey, ha. Boy, I'm in I can't take back hearing. DJ, give me now your cool hearing. Let me tell them how the thing goes. How the thing goes. Okay, okay. Shebi make a tamuwa. Say my pikin go join God. You want to bamba? You wanna G with the big boys? Now you the wrong kitty kitty, you the wrong get a up with drink with a drop cup. Hey, so you see how the thing goes? How the thing goes? Oh, you telling me who blend you? And who? Alright, take it easy, and let's play some behind point. Okay. This one of his double no be kind years. Go school, you go the fam tools. And all the parameters set you want the farm too. See, even your papa not to save you. For all the cannabis when they pick it done do. Man, all the niggas don't find you. Because that nigga
So, okay, we are back. We are very sorry for the technical issue. It has been resolved by our technicians. We are back. My my co-host will soon be placed on the studio camera very quickly, and due to the weather conditions, yeah, my co-host is will soon be back. So we're actually talking about the chances of the CDC governments for it to be able to, as Jeremiah, as Spring Johnson parted away from the CDC, there has been a level of animosity. It has been a very tough thing from the CDC, evidenced by what we saw. Things have not been moving the way we expected. You know, even before that, before even Spring Johnson left the political parted away from the CDC, the president and the president Prince Johnson has been using pulpits to cast and to castigate each other, which of course we thought was not necessary for them to have done it in that particular directions. But yet and still we are still here. What really provoked the we are trying to place a spin on the unity party chances, despite CDC claims to be and be ahead of them politically as we move towards the elections in October. It appears to be a very fascinating time in Liberia. Lots of things are happening. We all are aware of the fact that there has been a complaint, but at the same time, on the flip side of the coin, all Liberians do believe that President Weah has done sufficiently well, which of course he should be given a second ram as president of the Republic of Liberia to be able for him to be able to complete that which of course he has started. So we are still here discussing. My co Mohammed Rani Khan, who happens to be the resident host of the program in South District 13, is our guest, and we are laying our thought on some critical national issues here. So we are here still discussing what matters to our what matters to us as citizens of Liberia. We are here talking. We will keep talking because the moment we stop talking is when things the worst happen. So because we have chosen this profession to keep talking, we will always keep talking until. But the most important thing as we move ahead of this process, this national process, we want every Liberians to try as much as possible to exercise restraint, keep peace, maintain peace, maintain the law and order in the country, maintain the law and order in Liberia. we cannot afford for our country, Liberia, to be degenerated into a chaotic situation. We must always do everything in our power, in our might, to maintain the peace despite every other situations. We must not reflect. We must not get ourselves involved into any other situation that has the propensity to degenerate this country into a more chaotic situation. So that's a message. That's a message we have now. That's a message. That is the message we have. We will, as soon as our guests come, we will continue our discussion. We will continue our discussion. We were also discussing. We were discussing before we got interrupted. We were discussing about the Unity Party chances, and we spoke about the ongoing tour of the 17th electoral district. Even though the 17th electoral district, Monserrate County has 17 electoral district. Monserrate County has 17 electoral districts. Few of those districts have been visited. Few of those districts have been visited by the political leader of the Unity Party, His Excellency Joseph Newman Waka. Many of the occasions we saw ranking members of the Unity Party. We saw ranking members of the Unity Party. We saw the vice standard bearer of the Unity Party, Senator Jeremiah Kuhn, and many of their visitations into some of those districts they have visited. Speeches are always made as the order of the day. Speeches are always made. Liberian seems to be not in approval to what many of the statements made by His Excellency Joseph Nima Bwaka and that of his vice standard bearer, Senator Jeremiah Kuhn. So lots of Liberians are saying that the message of the rescue mission, is actually resonating considering the fact that the number of people you have in attendance, the number of people of Liberians who were able to stand under the ring is a clear indication that the rescue mission of the rescue message is resonating among Liberia. At the same time, other people are saying that people are just and people just want to be there because political event you go there they have some level of maybe they will have some level of cash or they will have some kind of political gathering. They just want to be a part of that political gathering. So we now have our we now have my co-host on camera, Mohammed Bani Kane. So he was making a very key statement even before we got disrupted by the technical issues that came around it. And so we will turn the microphone over to Mohammed so that he can be able to finish up his thought. So Mohammed, you so that you can be able to finish up your thought. We're actually making some salient points.
So I was talking about yesterday. Yes, Senator Prince Johnson was in alignment with the ruling establishment, but all of a sudden,
at the time they never knew that Prince Johnson branded all of those packages.
Exactly so they never knew Prince Johnson was a warlord. They never knew that there will come a time that they needs to mount pressure on war and economic strong.
But the very Unity Party also spoke against the fact that the who says things about Prince Johnson.
So that is just a hypocrisy now.
Yeah.
Because we want power from these people, we will not talk what they have done.
So this is the desperations about what the quest for power is.
Definitely so. Africa is the all the way around.
Yeah.
If you go to other countries, if you go to the Western countries,
people will be looking for people with clean record.
People who do not have moral bankruptcy.
Yeah.
People who do not have integrity problem. People who are clean, absolutely. A person like Teon Gongo.
Yeah, the likes of Teon Gongo.
People might not be looking Teon Gongo land. The Kuro Down Bongo is a Johnny just come.
Mhm.
People don't know him in the country. How many people know Taiwan Bongo? There are a lot of people who don't know Taiwan Bongo.
Well, yeah, here's my insight of the Tongo taste to the politics.
Yeah.
Tongo is actually a man of integrity, though.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
he's actually a man of integrity. Because people I see, in what I do think is the fact that Liberian politicians do not like a kind of person who is very straightforward. Yeah.
Like what I
So,
said,
mhm.
like what I said to you, that is the tragedy of African
Yeah,
politics.
definitely
That
that's
is
that's the
exactly
real
what it
tragedy
is.
of like
Because once the men feel that yes, if we bring Congo, there are some things that we want to do. Congo will not lie. He will not agree. Because cabinet ministers will not just get up one early morning and just do anything they feel like doing.
yeah, randomly.
Anything they feel like doing, they just do it and go start free.
Yeah.
Infinity.
Definitely, Gongo is not the kind of person who is actually remain quiet or remain silent.
Yeah, but 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 there is a mass of the Liberian people, or there might be a mass of Liberian people that will not believe or that do not believe in Congolo's ideology. I'm not saying they should vote Congolo. I'm not saying they should vote John. Yeah, I'm not saying they should vote or Joe Newman Parker. I'm making an independent analysis here. What I'm saying is Nigerians should make a rational decision because it is the decision that they will make that will take them to the next 6 years. Whether the economy is going to be resuscitated, it is this decision that will be made on October 10th. Whether people will not have challenge in job employment, it is the decision they're going to make 10 years time. So our people should not be voting on mere propaganda and cheap political theory that cannot shift the paradigm of this country. Our people at this time, I think Liberians in general at this time, they must now start to put all of those who contesting for the presidency on a microscope.
Yeah, on
Let them now start to evaluate those people. Let them start to ask themselves the hard question: is this man suitable? Can he do this for this country? Should we trust him? Should we make him this person? Will he deliver the goods that we want? Will he do this? That is the bigger question we must be asking ourselves. Liberians should be asking ourselves. For us in the media, we will sit and digest and observe because we are the watchdog of the
because
society.
yeah.
So we will sit and provide recommendations. We will sit and tell people what this person have done. Who is this person? The character of this person, but we will not tell you go and vote John Brown, go and vote Mary Paul. No, that is not the role of the media because any attempt for us to do that, we're going to be creating chaos.
Yeah,
You know the airway is very fast.
It undermines the democracy.
So,
what key issue that we need to look at? What key? Yeah.
hello, hello.
One key issue that we need to also look at very, very attentively is the fact that, in an event where I think the Unity Party, even though they didn't prefer Gunglo, they didn't prefer Gunglo as a running mate based upon I know some uh, some considerations that they were also looking at, or based upon certain qualities that they were also looking at. But I think it is also important that I know that Gunglo they too can try to maintain a very good relationship with Gunglo because it's obvious that each political party, considering the proliferations of political parties in the elections as we move ahead of October 10th, the proliferation of political party, what party will not or hmm, may not acquire the 50 plus one vote. So there is a need for a second round. So all I think the Unity Party can do in any other political party, because I cannot sit down here to be canvassing or to be using this platform to converse on behalf of the Unity Party. But I think the Unity Party, I can also offer a recommendation that the Unity Party has to stop, man, has to stop this issue about opposition.
It's
So easy.
connecting, yeah.
Hey, ha. Boy, amen, oh, can't take back hearing. DJ, give me now your cool hearing. Let me tell them how the thing goes. Ha, how the thing goes. Okay, ha, okay. Chevy make a tamuwa. Say my pipina go join God. Ha, you want to bamba? You wanna G with the big boys? Now you the wrong, get the kitty, you the wrong, get a cup, we drink with a drop cup. Ha, hey, so you see how the thing goes? How the thing goes? Oh, you tell me who blend you? And who? Ha. Alright, take it easy, and let's play some behind point. Okay. This one of is double, no we can't use. Go school, you go the prime tools. And all the parameters that you want the farm to. See, even your papa not to save you. For all the cannabis when they pick it done too. Man, all the niggas don't find you. Because that nigga who you play on my don't move. Oh boy, don't move. Ha, hey, come on, let's go. Chevy make a tamuwa. Say my picking go join God. Ha, you want to bamba? You wanna G with the big boys? Now you the wrong, get the kitty, you the wrong, get a cup, we drink with a drop cup. Ha, hey, Chevy, you see how the thing goes? I said, telling me who blames you? And who?